The report by the China-Africa Business Council was released in Beijing and says the two sides have made great strides in all-round, multi-level and wide-ranging cooperation over the past 22 years. Senior officials at Council say Chinese companies have been a positive and productive part of the African market.
I've been
the CABC Secretary General for 10 years. I think Chinese companies have done well in the African market in terms of legal operation, local taxation, and care for local employees. Bearing their responsibilities, Chinese enterprises not only bring what they have to Africa, but also integrate well.
This year's report shows that Chinese companies are committed to invest in the 5 key drivers of the African supply chain: production, inventory, location, transportation, and information. It also gives 12 examples of how Chinese and African firms support African supply chain development.
More than 3,800 Chinese enterprises have made investments in Africa, and dozens of China-Africa Economic Cooperation zones and industrial parks have been developed across the continent. All of this has contributed to China-Africa cooperation in supply chain development.
According to the report, China's engagement with Africa has risen rapidly in recent decades. China is Africa's 4th largest investor and has been Africa's largest trading partner for 13 years. CEO of Development Ring Manjin told CGTN that African countries are now looking to boost trade within the continent to cushion the impact of COVID and the Russia-Ukraine conflict.
Africa is highly dependent on the rest of the world, and in terms of its own supply chain, it just isn't developed enough. So we have the African Continental Free Trade Area, which came in 2021, which is a great development despite COVID-19. At the same time, making that trade work, making the logistics flow depends on the supply chains, and it depends on creating more opportunities for within Africa trade and also external Africa trade. And of course, there's a great opportunity for China-Africa trade to continue to grow if there is more investment in supply chain.